Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Or, rather, a brand new old Let's Play. Sort of. This time around, it is the Ninja Warriors again. Again. Or rather, this is the Ninja Warriors again. For the Super Famicom, let me explain. This is the Japanese version of the Ninja Warriors for Super Nintendo. The Ninja Warriors for Super Nintendo is a remake of the arcade game of the same name. And several years ago, I played the European version, which was called the Ninja Warriors The New Generation. And that one played at a slower speed. And I played that because I couldn't get to grips with the US version just yet. And I had a good time with it. Sometime later, I finally played the US version again and beat it. And now I'm going to go full circle and play the Super Famicom version. Super Famicom version, as you can see, has a more rough English translation of what you see in the Japanese subtitles. The English language in the intro, as well as the ending, would be cleaned up when the game was brought to the West. There are also some things in this version that were not brought to the West as well. Not a whole lot, but what's there is there, and I'll mention that when the time comes. So once again, we're playing as one of three androids, Ninja, Kunoichi, and Kamaitachi, and we need to destroy the forces of the despot known as Banglar as part of a resistance, which is led by Mulk, in order to save an entire country. And once again, we can choose between normal and hard. I'm going to play on normal like I always have. And as always, I'm going to be playing as a ninja. The ninja is the powerhouse of the group, while the Kunoichi is the speed-based character, the more speed-oriented character, while Kamaitachi is the balanced character. I've always been comfortable playing as a ninja, and I'm going to be playing as the ninja once again. There are, I believe, 8 levels. I'll be playing 2 per video, and we're going to start with stage 1. We got some guys with knives, we got some guys with guns, and we just broke through the window. So, the controls. Left and right let you move around. You can duck walk with down left and down right. Y lets you attack. B lets you jump. And X lets you hit everyone on screen with a screen-clearing bomb. That is assuming the blaster meter at the very bottom is filled up. That reminds me, let's go ahead and talk about the HUD. Let's talk about the HUD. The word player and the bar next to it is your health. If you lose all your health, you die. If you die, you'll have to continue. Thankfully, continues are infinite. Below that is your blaster meter, and you can use that for combos as well as the screen-clearing bomb. Below that is your current score, and to the right is the amount of time you have left to clear the current stage. Thankfully, the time is pretty generous. And you can do some things as you're fighting enemies. Pressing Y repeatedly lets you do a full combo. You can walk up to enemies and grab them by walking into them. Then you can press Y. Up and Y lets you throw enemies around, lets you do one kind of special throw. And down and Y lets you do a different kind of special throw too. And we can grab things like motorbikes and throw them into enemies. The guy with the ray takes a full combo to defeat. Thankfully, we're able to do just that. And you want to be very careful when fighting enemies, because you never know when you might get knocked down. If you press Y twice and then do up plus Y, you'll use a little bit of your blaster energy to do a gunshot, which you can use against enemies. That takes a little of your blaster meter though. And a word of the wise about the blaster meter. If you get knocked down while it's anything less than full, it will empty and you'll have to wait for it to slowly build back up before you can do things with the gun part of the gun combo or use a screen clearing bomb. And I managed to really nail them there. And here's a new enemy, well, for the Japanese version at least, the Kunoichi. The Kunoichi will jump around a whole lot, They can do low slashes, they can do crouching kicks, and they can also do jump kicks too. So they jump around a lot, they can attack when you least suspect it. Do be careful. The soldiers with the knives, they just stab at you with the knives. They take 1 hit to kill. The guys with the berets, they take a full combo to kill. They can hit you with punches and kicks, especially while crouching. And the guys with the guns, they can hit you from a good distance away. You can block by holding Y, and then you can move left or right, either while standing or crouching, to continually block. Now with the ninja, you can press B to hover. You can press B again to get out of the hover. And if you press Y while hovering, you can do a spin attack. Holding B, or rather holding down and pressing Y, lets you do the stomp. And if you hold down and Y, or rather if you hold forward and press Y, you can do a shoulder block. And you can press Y to kick before you do the shoulder block. The shoulder block will happen if you run into an enemy while you're doing that dash. Doing the forward plus B dash. And if you haven't hit an enemy yet and you press Y, you can do the kick. Now this part, you need to be careful. Watch the shadows so that way you know where the missiles will land. The missiles can hurt you, but they can also hurt enemies too. So keep that in mind in case you want to save your bacon or lure enemies into a trap. I'm about to say, where is the shadow at? And if you know what you're doing, you can kind of save yourself from being hit by a missile. You do have invincibility frames when you do some moves, such as the throws, which is kind of interesting. And once this missile hits this gas tanker, you'll face your first boss. We can do the kick on him. We can do the... If I can hit him. There we go. You could dash into him. You can do the dash kick or the shoulder block. You can throw him if you can somehow get your hands on him. You can throw other enemies into him. You can do the blaster combo on him. If you can somehow get past his guard, which thankfully the gun combo will do. And yeah, there's quite a few ways you can damage the guy if you know what you're doing as the ninja. I forgot to talk about... Oh yeah, I did talk about throws. Just now remembered. And here now it's time for stage 2. Blaster meter down there is slowly filling up. Want to be very careful as we make our way to the right and beat up as many enemies as we can. And by crouch punching, I don't have to worry about grabbing things. And there is a small energy canister. The big ones refill more health than the small ones. Matter of fact, I think there's 3 sizes. There's a small one, there's a medium one, and a large one. The small ones give you a good little bit of health. The medium ones give you quite a bit more, and the big one, I think, gives you the whole shebang back. So that's a thing. And not much to this stage at first. I mean, we've got a lot of guys, and I like the nunchaku combo because if you know what you're doing and you can time it right, you can hit enemies behind you with your nunchucks. And this guy, throw enemies into him, throw him if you can, hit him with combos. Just like the guys with the berets, he does have some pretty lengthy punches and kicks. So you definitely want to treat him, or rather, you want to take him rather seriously. If it's not some seemingly nondescript guard with eyes you can only see the whites of and usually carry a knife, if they look anything like if they don't look like the guys I'm fighting, rather, I can't believe I'm unable to talk again, yeah, you definitely want to take them seriously. Oh, and the guys with the masks. They will move pretty quickly, and they can hit you with kunai. And you also have this robot. This guy can hit you with little extendo arms. Try to throw him if you can. Don't get thrown. Throw other enemies into him. You cannot hit him from the front, but you can hit him with the back. You can hit him from the back, rather. Otherwise, you'll mostly have to throw him or throw other enemies into him. And I'm just going to throw what looks like what probably isn't an ATM machine, but more than likely looks like one. And I'm just going to hit this guy with the blaster. Now it's time to be serious here for a moment. And here's a new enemy, these little claw guys. These guys will move around pretty quickly, and they can also jump around everywhere. Throw enemies into them. Try to throw them if you can. I like doing the atomic drop on them myself. And I'm pretty sure we'll be meeting new enemies soon. And that was a new thing. Not sure if you noticed that, but we saw green blood when we got hit by that Kunoichi's blade. I'll be able to show it off a little better. The Kunoichi were replaced with the Claw Guys in all their appearances in the European and North American versions of the game. And once you reach this part, everybody with a knife will either wear gray or white. Like they actually work in an Air Force base or something. I mean, that's kind of what it reminds me of. And there's more of that green blood. I actually get to show off just a little bit last of that, but yeah, you can see what I was trying to show off. Really? And you also don't want to get hit by these blades because they hurt. Seriously, they hurt. You do not want to run into them. Thankfully, much like the missiles from Stage 1, they can also hurt the enemies too. And this will be a good... Actually, this will be a good place to stand. If I can get the other enemies to show up. And that's why. And I can punch through the fan blades if I need to. And... Are you gonna walk towards me or not? I guess not. Well, anyway, we're past that part. And we've got another robot to beat up. Now, thankfully, we can get a... That's the big one. Ah! Tried to get away from him and I couldn't. Oh, and he has a laser too. I forgot about that. And I do not want to be thrown. Please do not throw me. I said I don't want to be thrown. Get out of here. Can't believe that was enough to beat him up. And let me see if I can hit this guy. Well, I tried. Well, I can throw enemies into him. I can try to throw him if I can. But my best bet with the ninja is try to do the dash kick. Like so. And try to use a screen clearing bomb too. And try to do something else, but, well, that didn't work. And I tried to do the dash kick again, but, again, that didn't work. Oh, these guys grow grenades, too. I forgot about that. So, yeah, if you're playing as a ninja, and you're facing the Chainsaw Shogun, besides using blaster combos and screen clearing bombs, use that dash kick. And maybe that spinning attack when you press B and then press Y, if you're lucky. And throw enemies into him. But mostly enemy throwing and dash kicks and screen clearing bombs. And we are now on stage 3, and just like with the European and North American versions, I will be playing 2 stages per video. And hopefully be doing a long play of this as well. And we will play stages 3 and 4 in the next video. So join me for those, why don't you? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!